Welcome everyone. Monday here in Sydney, Maroubra Beach. I'm so glad to be here and bring you this meditation from the coast. I'm just sitting here by the sea and enjoy the morning sun. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'm sending my warmest regards to everyone who's tuning in and your friends and family. Another day of social distancing and isolation because of the situation that we are experiencing. On Friday, many of you sent me messages that we need more hugs, and I very much understand that, because staying at home for a long period of time gives us the sense of isolation, and perhaps the fact also gives us the sense that we are alone, but we are not, and this is my way of showing you that we are not. So I all give you my warmest regards and hugs, although virtual ones, so you have the sense that you're not alone, and this is temporary. Another question that came across last time was about books that I recommend to read, and that's obviously important because we're spending so much time at home. We might as well to use this time creatively to keep our creative juices flowing and look for that inspiration. Obviously, the many books that I read are around science and cognitive science and psychology, because that's my interest. But the one that I mentioned before, 7 Brief Lessons on Physics, it's not necessarily a scientific book. As a matter of fact, it's written by an Italian scientist, Cavalli, and his language is rather poetic. So I strongly recommend this book, because this book inspired me actually to look at the world in a very different way, with a bit of awe, and puts me into that moment when I recognize how beautiful things around are. That is particularly important now, where we so focused on mass media feeding us a lot of disturbing news. Another all-rounder, I would say, is New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. This is a book that I essentially read and reread and reread all the time, because it contains so much wisdom, and it always somehow is able to bring that part of myself that really the best part of myself, so to speak. And I think the purpose behind those meditations is similar, to show you that in spite of everything that happens around, there's a part of you that is always there, always waiting, that is wonderful and satisfied and beautiful. Perhaps Eckhart Tolle, New Earth, is one of those books that will inspire those emotions in you as well as it does in me. So today we will be talking about, and we'll be meditating with mantra, and I show you how to center your mind with a simple word. So what is mantra meditation? Mantra meditation, in a nutshell, is a form of practice where you use a word, usually a very short one, that bring you to wherever you're at, wherever your mind wanders, to the present moment. And as with every meditation, it doesn't matter what the mantra is. It doesn't matter what the object of concentration is. The most important part of it is, what does it represent? And I will ask you to actually make an intention once you choose a mantra, and I'll give you a couple of examples of mantra in a second. What do you want to achieve? What does the mantra will represent? Mantra in itself has no meaning. It only has a meaning if you give it one. So my suggestion for mantra for you today is a simple word, yes. Yes, that represents affirmation of what there is, affirmation of stillness, affirmation of isness of things around us. And that's what I will invite you to connect with today. Why we use mantra? Very important question. Mantra, as I said before, it's not a secret or mystical word. In scientific terms, I'd like to explain that mantra is essentially a phrase that will work with our intellectual part of self, that is always thriving, that monkey mind, that inner chatter that is always, it's a source of the inner dialogue. Mantra's aim is to fill up your mind or intellectual part with something that is very neutral. If you think about the word, if you decide to choose your own word, your own mantra, I suggest something that is very neutral. If you choose, say, mantra that is name of your loved one, for instance, that would obviously elicit a very strong emotions. The purpose of mantra is not to elicit strong emotions, is to help your intellect to create a fluff that leaves more room for the internal exploration. So mantra will contain your intention, but at the same time will satisfy that intellectual part of you that is always ready to create scenarios, that is always ready to jump in, and it's the reason for mind wandering. So again, examples of mantra. If you go to a Vedic tradition, there are many sophisticated words and vowels that perhaps can be prescribed by teachers. But again, for the purpose of this meditation, I suggest a simple word, yes, or love, or peace, or now. With this, you have no emotional connection with the word. At the same time, it still can encompass all the intention that is behind this word. Okay, at the end of this class, I will answer some questions, but for now, I'd like us to just jump in and find out for yourself how this is going to work. And as always, I will guide you throughout the process, so do not worry if you did not remember what I just said. Before we start, how are you? How are you today? Please, as always, you are welcome to send messages to the comment sections and see how others react. Please join the conversation, because I want to remind you that the reason why we are here is to support each other and to co-create this space in which we can feel the sense of togetherness. In spite of self-distancing, social distancing and self-isolation, we can still be here together and meditate and spend some quality time that gives you a perspective to what is happening. Okay, so now I'm going to play some music for you guys. I just want to ask you if there is a background music, you should hear something. If you don't, please let me know. But otherwise, we are ready to start. Okay. So beginning of every meditation is the same. Make yourself feel comfortable. There is no need to add a physical discomfort to this experience. As a matter of fact, in this particular one, we want to go within and remove the external stimuli that come from sounds or bodily sensation as much as we can. So I'll invite you to make yourself at ease. Relax into the position that you are in. If you are sitting, rest your feet on the floor. Put your hands in your lap. And right now, allow your eyes to close. And as you sit with your eyes closed, recognize any discomfort, any tension, anything that still gets in the way of your complete relaxation. Recognize those aspects that are pleasant and comforting. Perhaps it's the warmth of your room, perhaps it's the sound of music. If you tune in very carefully, you might hear the sound of the ocean surf right behind me. One of the most comforting sounds there is. But ultimately, you know what is best for you, and I invite you to tune in and connect with what makes you feel comfortable. Remember that with your well-being and your calm, you contribute to the collective calm and well-being. So imagine that your body melts slowly as it settles in the position. And to support this process, let's start with a couple of deep and mindful breaths. Breathe in through your nose deeply and out through your mouth as if you're blowing a candle. In and out. In and out. In and out. And breathe normally. Relax. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your jaw. Feel that your muscles are relaxing slowly, melting. And this is a great place to start. And now, bring your mind to the mantra that you have chosen. Again, if you haven't chosen one yet, feel free to use word yes, peace, now. And remember, mantra is not a magical word. Is an extension of your intention of this, behind this meditation. Your intention to go within, to connect with the source of stillness that is always there within you. And in that spirit, when I will ask you in a moment to start repeating the mantra in your mind's eye, do it as gently and as calmly as possible. Imagine that this mantra is the extension of the stillness within you. Following the words of Father Thomas Keating, it's as if you rest a feather on a soft pillow, gently, calmly. With each repetition, you direct your gaze within more and more. So now you slowly begin repeating mantra in your own rhythm, quietly in your mind. Yes, yes, yes. And after a couple of repetitions, your mind may wander either towards thoughts or bodily sensations or any other distractions that are calling for your attention. And then you'll also calmly recognize that what takes you away from the stillness and bring your mind to the mantra. Yes, yes, yes. Mantra is not there to knock out everything that is around you, but simply to reconnect with your intention. It is an extension of your deepest desire for stillness and peace and love. Every time you repeat your mantra, what it really says is, you are loved, you are worthy, you are enough, you belong. The gentler you repeat it, the more you settle down, the more you in tune with yourself. Yes, yes, yes. And then thoughts come in, and that's okay. That's the nature of the mind that wants to be active, wants to be involved. And with that in mind, you say, you acknowledge your mind and come back to your mantra, repeating slowly and calmly. You allow everything else to coexist with the stillness that is within you. The more you go within, the more you encompass all the emotions, everything that is around you. You bring love, acceptance, kindness to every repetition. And then again, at some point, you get distracted. And that's okay. As always, I am here to hold this space for you, to support you, and to bring you back to the stillness, to the inner self. And at some point of this meditation, you realize that you repeat the word not only for yourself, but on behalf of so many other meditators that gather here today from around the world to support your intention of stillness, calm, in the spirit of kindness and compassion. Other co-creators, that intention is clear. Stay together to support each other. In solidarity with the current events. And the longer you repeat your mantra, the gentler it becomes. And it is like a pulse of your being, the pulse of your true self. And you can navigate everything that is around you. Acknowledge, accept with kindness the current situation, knowing that it is okay. Now it's time to return. let go of mantra and once again connect with your body. How do you feel? Quickly tune in and scan your body for any discomfort, anything, and compare with the beginning of this meditation. Can you feel a difference? You just connected with so many others in the same spirit. And I hope it brought you some comfort. You can take that sense of peace with you. Knowing that it's always there at your disposal, particularly in times of hardship, you feel overwhelmed. So now connect with everything that is around you, the room that you are in at the moment. Notice sensations coming through your senses. Bring on board all the sounds, sense of touch. Feel your sit bones. Feel your hands resting in your lap. Feel your feet touching the floor, grounding you and connecting you. Now, as always, let us bring some physical movement, starting with your toes, gentle wiggle, feeling the muscles moving, your fingers stretch and flex. Gently and slowly tilt your head to the left, feeling the muscles in the right side of your neck stretching. Tilt your head to the right. Back to the center. And recognizing everyone that is meditating with you right now. Let us take one deep cleansing breath in through your nose, chest forward, and out through your mouth, letting out a sigh. Beautiful. And when you're ready, open your eyes and welcome back. How wonderful. Thank you so much. I know I said it before, but it's such a joy to meditate with you all. It always takes me very, very deep. And I hope that you can experience this for yourself. And I'm so glad to be here, truly. So please, perhaps you can write some questions in the comment section, and I will give us a couple of minutes to respond to. I give myself a couple of minutes to respond to them. If you have any suggestions for future meditations, please send them to me. I'm very happy to include them into our meditation, since this is our meditation. This is not just me. That couldn't happen without you. So as always, first of all, I want to welcome all those of you on the chat, Linda, Nancy, Marilyn, Sharon. Sharon is always with me here today. Not here. She's always here to support me and to make this possible. That wouldn't be possible without her. So thank you very much, Sharon, for being here and co-creating this space. It really make it wonderful. There's Joanne, Hector, beautiful. Marlon, I feel so much better. Thank you, Marlon. I'm feeling so much better as well. I'm feeling so much better myself. Yeah, Hector, great. I'm glad you're feeling good as well. Yeah, Linda, always good to have you here. Thank you very much, Linda, for being here. Marlon said that she couldn't put her hands in her lap because her cat was already there. Yes, there has to be room for the cats. Absolutely. Absolutely, that's wonderful. Linda says, will I really end after session 16? Well, at this time, my intention is to run at least 16 sessions. And I'm sorry. I don't know. Obviously, nothing is for certain. I hope, obviously, to continue them for as long as I can. And let's hope that this social isolation and the state of affairs will change later. That's the hope. Okay, so to conclude this session, as always, I want to give you a big thanks for being here and for making your time and doing your part through this meditation. Because remember, every time you bring some calm and peace into your personal life, others around you will benefit from it. Think about the person that is always the person that is happy and calm and kind to you. How does that person make you feel? And imagine that you are that person right now, and you are extending both physically but also in that more esoteric way. You contribute to the well-being of everybody around you. So I want you to keep that in mind, and I give you my thanks, but also I invite you to give yourself a big thanks and give yourself a pat on the shoulder for sitting in this meditation. As always, I want to give a big thanks to my patrons, and particularly to Sean, who became my new supporter. Your support is important to me, and it helps me to produce more content and helps me to recognize the value of my work, because once again, that couldn't happen without you. So thank you very much, Sean, for that. Our next meditation on Wednesday will be affirmation meditation. I'll call it coming back to yourself. I think we need in these times of pandemic, to come back to the true self, to the calm self, to the collected self, and that will be the intention behind this meditation. You are very welcome to join, and obviously invite your friends and family to this experience. Okay. Thank you very much again for listening. Thank you very much for co-creating this space. I very much look forward to meditating with you on Wednesday. Remember, the time has changed, so I start early because we are out of daylight saving, and now the time in your time zone should change too. So tune in on Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye.